Okay. All right. So last week we started off something new, started playing around with the file, right? How we could manage the file here. So further working on it. So let's go ahead and work on that. Let's see which file we worked on last time. Oh, okay, it's right here. VI editor, right? So are you guys have been practicing in logging in and then taking a look at what's happening here? So my suggestion is just spend half hour every day. Anything more than that, it won't be worthwhile. Half hour is the key. Just half hour every day, and you should be able to get this. Okay. So now let's see here. If I did ls here, we were working with the file one, right? So if I do vi file one, and when I do vi file one, I open the file, okay? I open the file and this is only in read mode. Now, if I push I as in India, and if you see down on the bottom, that means this is in edit mode. Okay, to get out of the edit mode, all you have to do is push escape key. Okay, so right here, it says escape. This will move you out of the edit mode here. So let me just give a good space here so that you don't get confused. Okay, so these are one of the key, these three are one of the key combinations you'll be using quite often. Okay, so go in insert, you go as edit mode, you push the escape key, you get out of the escape key. You get out of the insert mode. And let me keep this. Give me one moment here. I am. I really don't like this color. Okay, I'll deal with that later. Now, I'm going to introduce you. Um, I'm going to introduce you something called set number. Okay. So if you have, okay, in reality, you will have a lot of lines in here. Okay, so in later classes, I will show you how to create the script and stuff. Right now, you have three lines here. You could just visually look at it. What if you have like a big file where hundreds of lines in there? So all you have to do is do shift colon and then type set number, SET number, and hit enter. So what will happen is this will create a line numbering. Okay. So this will enable line numbering. All right, easy peasy. Um, yeah, so now if you want to get out of it, you just have to say this and do type set. Oh, how do I get out of this? Um, all right. So I'm not sure how to get out of the set number here. There should be unset number. No, it's not working. Uh, give me one moment here. Man, VI. Okay. I'll explain you what I'm doing here a bit later because I will go over what are these things here, okay? For the first line. So by the way, each command you could use like a lot of switches here, but I'm showing you the basic ones, uh, which is used most often. Those are the ones that are really important here. So I am not worried about this at this moment here. So what you do is go into file one, and then that's how you enable line number here. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and enable set number. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy line one, okay? And then I want to paste it right here. So what you do is without holding any shift key, just push YY on the line, quick sessions, YY. Okay, now what you have is line one is copied. And you come down here where line three is, all you have to do is push P. So what will happen is wherever your cursor is, it will paste the line below that line. And if you want to paste it multiple times, keep pushing P many times. So what happens is you copied it and it's saving into your clipboard, and it's there in your clipboard until you get out of it. So if you type YY, all lowercase, okay? In Linux, everything is lowercase unless it's been notified. Okay, I think I said that much earlier and repeating throughout also. So what will happen is copy the file, copy the line. Okay, now, okay, so I wanted only copy one line here. I copied two lines too many. So all you have to do is U as in umbrella, push U as in umbrella. It will keep going back up until the last saved file you have. So what I'm trying to say is, unless you saved it and you made like 100 edits, you've been in the file for a little bit and you made 100 edits. If you want to go back 100 edits and you want to undo this, push the letter U as in umbrella. This will undo. undo. Undo your last action. Now, if you keep continuing pushing, undo, then it will keep undoing your last action, okay? That should be fair enough here. Okay, and then, okay, I want to keep line 5, but I want to delete line 4. Okay, no, let's keep that here. I don't like line 3. I want to get rid of this. So what you do is DD on your keyboard, push DD twice, and that line is deleted. Okay? DD. Let me make much bigger here. Everybody with me so far? People online? Anybody have any questions, any challenges, login issues? All right, delete the line. Where cursor is. Okay, deletes the line where cursor is at.
Can you show us again this DD thing?
Which one? The last one? This one?
Yep.
Okay. I deleted line 3, right? But let me do undo. I do undo, U is undo. But wherever your cursor is, right here. You know what? There is one caveat here. I don't know why this Linux is highlighted here. Oh, why is it getting highlighted? So let me see. Let me check online here. I don't know where that came from, but all right. So, okay. So all of a sudden, line number 3, I don't like it, right? So I want to, so whichever line you don't want, or you want to remove it from the file, push DD. This is just a text file, right? I want to delete that. What I'm going to do is I do DD twice in quick session and it will remove it. Did you get it?
Okay, I got it. I was in insert mode. That's why it was not working. So,
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah. By the way, these are, I should say command. Very good point. So this is the good thing about an interactive class here is you get to ask a question. You could take a similar course online and you could do it yourself, but if you get stuck somewhere, you are dead in water, you know.
and I checked the command for set number is set no number.
Set no number, very good. Thank you. See, I learned myself here. I'm not using that. Usually I just quit out of it and then I forget about
No
it.
NU.
Okay.
No NU.
So
Set
just no and you.
No, colon set no nu,
Oh, okay. Set no NU.
no space. Yep.
Oh, okay, there is a. All right, so now the thing is you could use the other resources, but I'm going to show you some things, and then other resources you could find it on your own. All right. So now what I want to do is here, if you see on line 2, there is an error here. It says it's spelled wrong. RED, I wanted red hat. So I want to remove H in here. All I have to do is push the letter X on my keyboard and it remove the desired letter. Okay. We deleted the line, and if you just want to delete the letter, do X on the keyboard. So for example, I want to delete this here. Here, red hat. I want to delete this. Delete, 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 delete. And then if you want to do something here, if you want to say, why did I? If I want to write something, I just go into insert mode and then I type enterprise Linux. Okay. And I escape out of it. Now I'm in a command mode again. So here, X deletes the letter wherever your cursor is. Okay, and then if you want to do a search here, okay, so if you want to do a search, you type a slash, and then I'm going to look for red, RED. Okay, so it get highlighted. And then if I want to search for Linux, okay, it got highlighted. Or I want to search for enterprise, and enterprise is highlighted here, okay? All right, so to search,
Sir, can we use a high wildcard on that too?
uh, I suppose why not? Let's try that. So it's called pattern. So let's see here, slash, I want to do like wildcard, and then I want to do NUX. Okay, a pattern not found, NUX. Okay, so let's see here. Why is it doing that? Slash L, and then I'm going to do asterisk. Okay, so it is actually highlighting the entire line. Why is it doing? Let's do LIN and then asterisk. So no, why? Let's do RE. So you have to be like cognizant of what you're looking for. So if I do RE and then asterisk, but still looking for everything that is, um, so I would expect this to be highlighted, but I'm not sure why this is highlighting it. It's because I gave two options here, RE and asterisk. So I mean, whatever way, if it's gonna help you, that should work here, but these are some of the basic stuff here. What
Okay.
if I want to replace something here? Okay, so what I want to do is I want to replace something. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the colon, and then I'm going to type a percentage sign, and I'm going to type little s as in Sam, and then a slash, and then I'm telling the system when I do percentage s as in Sam and a slash, and then I'm giving you the search part. I'm going to say Linux, and then another slash. I want to replace Linux with Red Hat. Okay, so what I want to do is I have this, and then I want to replace this Linux, and then replace. Okay, so there is find and replace. So let's see what happens here. And then I'll hit enter. There you go. So in single shot, what it did was it found everything in your document which starts with Linux, and then it replaced with your desired text. Okay, so let me just put it here. Percentage S, no, percentage S. Oh, oh, by the way, what you could do is it keeps the history also. Once you go into colon, and then if you go up and down, it keep track of your history. Okay, so you could do that too. So let's see here. All right, so let me copy this part. So what it does is uh, finds and replace entire document, entire file. So you have to be a little bit careful how things are working, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna provide a bunch of other things here. Okay, these are the ones which is used very, very commonly. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna escape out of this. I'm gonna save and exit actually. All right, now I have a list of bunch of stuff here. I'm gonna copy and paste it. We'll quickly go over it, but these are the things that you should keep this handy here, okay? If you really need something more than what I have already showed you. All right, so this is something I pre-prepared it. I could quickly go over. Um, I could quickly go over this stuff here. So I'm not going to explain too much, but briefly. So very first one I have here is okay. So over here it says E colon file one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just type VI. If I type only VI, I open the blank file, blank editor. Okay. Now I want to bring the file in here. So what I do is I do shift colon, I do E, and then file 1. Okay, so what it did is wherever your present working directory is, you open that file. Okay, and then if you do shift colon R and hit enter, that file is loaded again. All right. And then here, what you could do is this one here, it allows you to run the shell commands here. I barely do that, but let's see here. If I do colon exclamation and I hit enter, so what will happen is if you go back here and if you run allows you to run shell command from within the VI. So if I do like ls, okay, so why is it doing this? Oh, okay. All right, so I'm gonna do undo here, and I'm gonna do shift, then exclamation, and then I do ls. So what it did is it did the ls command. Oh, okay, sorry. So shift, exclamation, and I do ls and then the period. So let's see if this is gonna work. No write since last enter or type the command to continue. I don't know what is happening here. Okay. So what happened here is while you're editing the file, you want to see outside the file what you want to see is like if I do LSF and L, this is the output from the command line. You know what? Let me just remove this here. This is going to create more problem here. Just ignore this. I mean, with any technology or any software, you are aware that you could do lot of stuff, and then there may be some other stuff I mean you don't normally use. So those are some of the things we have here. Okay. Next one is I. It says insert text and not replace it. Okay, so you just go in here and say if you go like I, you went into insert mode. Okay, that's all it is. And then R, it says override the existing text when a new text is added. So what I'm going to do here is I bring it here and I do shift R. Shift R is down on the bottom. It says replace, right? So down on the bottom, it says replace. Here, if you're looking here, it says replace, right? So what it means is now if I start typing there, it will start deleting that word and then it start whatever I'm typing is gonna type over. So I'm gonna say Red Hat Enterprise. Okay, you see what happened here? So these are some of the things that you have here, but you know what? I'm not using this as much. I'm using the VI editor almost daily, but some of the commands I showed you earlier, these are the most commonly used. That's what I'm using most often. But I just have this thrown at you so that you know you have something to work with. If you go online and search, believe me, there's going to be a lot of stuff you could do with this. But you know, I mean, it all depends on your work also. I mean, if your work requires you to do a lot of scripting and all that, you may want to do a lot of this here. My scripting part is not that deep. I have like bunch of script already created. But if I'm going and doing any quick and dirty edits, that's what I do. All right, so now CW means remove the current word from cursor is on and insert into, and goes into the insert mode to add text. Okay, so let's see here. Let me position my cursor here, and if I do CW, okay, so wherever that is, it ate that part, and then it opens the cursor to start working there. So I'm not worried about it. I'm going to do undo. And then, so CC replace the entire of the line of text. Okay, so let's see what it means. CC. Oh, okay. So what it did was it deleted that line and presented you that line into the insert mode so that you could start typing in there. Okay. I want my line back. Okay, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to do undo. And then I, if you are still in the insert mode, I'm sorry, in the command mode, if I do I, oh, not, sorry, not I, L. Okay, look at J, K, L, and M. What it does, it moves you back and forth here. So if you push L, I'm navigating right. And if I push J, I'm going down the line. K, I go up the line. And H, I'm going sideways. So essentially, it's the arrow keys on your keyboard that's going up, down, back and forth. So J is going down, L is going right, and K is going up. And then H is going left. Okay, easy peasy. Okay, why we already know, but what if you want to copy two lines? So I want to copy, and let me enable set number again. And I want to copy line 2 and 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push number 2 and I'm going to do YY. So two lines are copied. 2 and 3 is copied now. I'm going to do P. I pasted there. So if you look closely, number 2 and number 3 are identical. Number 2 and number 3 got copied, and number 5 and 6 are identical. Okay, why? Because we copied it. Same thing, if you want to copy 3 lines, if you copy 3 lines from here, you push 3 YY, and then you, wherever you want to paste it, just do P. Okay, that is where you will paste it. Okay, so now if you want to do the uppercase P, it will say, we'll paste the copied lines starting on the line before the cursor. So if you want to paste those lines all the way on the top, if you, okay, wherever that cursor is, it will paste it above that cursor. So far it's been pasting below the cursor, right? So let me put it all the way on the top. I'm going to do Shift P. Okay, so those copied lines, we copied 3 lines from here, right? Yeah, we copied 3 lines, 7, 8, and 9. So now we copied those lines and we put it here. So it's just it's just little tricks you have in here. Now 5G, okay, so actually this is something you could try on your own. So you could like keep this handy with you, okay? So I'm going to skip all that because in reality, I'm not using it as much. I don't expect you guys to be really using it, but you could come and take a look here. Usually when I need something I've forgotten about, I just keep this as a cheat sheet, and I come here and use this here. Okay, so let me save this. What time is it now? Okay, so we're gonna take about 2 minute pause, and after that we'll continue for another like 15-20 minutes, then we'll take a break. All right, in the 2 minute pause, let me know if you have any questions. If not, we'll continue. So the pause will start right now.
Got a question for you.
Yeah,
So the file editing command, it should be on the same working directory when you open the edit one, right? You cannot open a file on a root when you are on the root, right?
you can. All you have to provide is the full path, the absolute path.
Ah, okay, 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 got it.
These are the building blocks. It's clicking in you, man. I like it.
Hmm, okay,
I
thank you.
like it. You putting things together. Who is this? Salman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. You could actually open a file like 10 folders deep and edit wherever you are at.
But we need to provide the path for that, right? So that
Absolute
it
path,
can.
yeah. If you have
Okay.
an absolute path, then that's it. You know what you're doing.
So actually, we should adopt a habit to write a path to open so that it's going to be no error and everything, right?
That is true. If you know you're working in a present working directory, and PWD is your friend, I don't even know how many times I use PWD. If I get
Okay.
$1 for typing PWD each time, I'll be a millionaire. Just kidding. Yeah. So first thing I log in the server, it's causing problem. I do PWD, and then that's where I move around from.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you.
All right. The pause is over. So let's continue. So what I'm gonna do now is the time to introduce something called cat. Okay, cat. Spells like your cat. Hmm. All right. So can you guys see this my command screen clearly? Or should I make it bigger here? I think I should make it bigger. Okay, yeah. This is much better. Okay, what I'm gonna do is now the next command is very commonly used. It's called cat. Okay, cat. CAT. And this is a short for uh, ca- so what it does is it means this is short for concatenate. Okay, concatenate means it reads the file and display as output. No, it's not executing, it's just reading it. So what we have is we have cat, and then I'm going to do file one. Voila. instead of going into a VI editor, you have the output of that file on your screen. Now, what you could do is you could quickly copy, and then somebody is asking for the output, and you copy this and send it to somebody you're working with, like in Teams or something, and then you give them the output here. So this is quick and easy way to read a file. Okay, what cat is doing is uh, it reads the file here. But there is a problem. What if that file has like 1,000 lines in there? We'll get to that. We'll get to that. There are a lot of ways how you could do it. So let me just put this here, output. It reads the file and displays the output. And so it does those things here, right? What else we need to do? Okay. Um, Now we'll come back to cat again. But there is a redirector. I have to show you what a redirector is before we continue on with the cat command. Okay, so this is called redirector. Okay, so there are two parts to this redirector. One is a concept. You have to understand what a redirector is, and then we will use the redirector. So I'll explain that to you. By the way, guys, get in a habit of documenting stuff here. What I'll do is I'll upload a text, a template document where you could like start making the document. And when I give you assignment, probably after today's class, I'll give you an assignment, and you complete that assignment and send it to me. Okay, so it's a really good thing. Start documenting stuff. That way you could uh, keep track of work you're doing, or if you are training somebody, or if you need to create a SOP for your uh, for your team, it will come handy. So now, what I'm gonna do is give me one moment here. Okay, so there are there are a lot of redirectors, but I'm not worried about that. I'm going to show you three redirectors. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like this. And So what I have is numbers here. I have 0, 1, and 2. Okay. And then that, so I have 0, 1, 2. So I have three numbers. And then I'm going to show you each number is represented like this. 0 is represented like a greater than sign, sorry, less than sign. 1 is represented as greater than sign. And 2 is represented as 2 greater than. Okay, and what this means is, its first one is 0 is called standard input, INPUT. Okay, the second one, number 1, is called standard output. And the third one is called standard error. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this here. Give me just a second here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say cat a number 0 and the greater than sign. So what it's doing, and then the file 1. So what it's doing this is, if I hit enter, it did the same thing as cat file 1, right? I don't see any difference here. So the difference is, back in the old days, back in like early 80s and so, if you want to do the regular cat here, if you're using a Linux system in early 90s, instead of doing a single cat file 1, you would have to use this cat 0 less than file 1. Then it would have showed you this output. But this part in a modern Linux operating system is built in here already. So you don't have to use this here. But in fact, in the background, it is running this command. Okay, so this is new version. And this is old version. So in reality, what it does is, if you run this new version, if you run this command, is actually running this command here. Any questions? I just have to put that out here. Sometimes you maybe end up using the old version command in script. So what the cat command is doing is, you're telling the cat command, hey, cat command, input this file here as a standard input. Okay.
So can you copy and paste it on the document, please?
Yeah, I'm taking a screenshot. It's a huge. Okay, so any questions surrounding this? Okay, so let me do cat file one. Okay, so this is standard input. Now let's move to standard output, okay? Okay, so standard output, um, how I'm gonna do this here is, so let's see here. I'm gonna do clear. So we learned the echo command, right? I say echo, this is Red Hat Enterprise Linux course. And when I hit enter, what it does is it comes up here. All right, so this is essentially a output here. The output, I already explained you input or output. So this is the input, and then we're using with the echo command, and this is the output here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to redirect the output. Standard output is, so now if you say in plain English, redirect means redirect to somewhere. So I'm going to bring the line back up here. Echo, this is Red Hat Enterprise Linux. And then now I'm going to use a greater than sign. And then I'm going to say file 2. And I hit enter. So what happened is I didn't get the standard output on the screen here. Instead, what happened was I did the echo command, and this whatever this command is supposed to do is it's supposed to bring this output here. But what happened? It went into this file. The file didn't exist, but this command has created that file. Okay, so how if I do ls-l, now you have file 2. Okay, now this is another way of creating a file here. You don't have to do touch file 1 and then you do vi file 2. So what happened here? It created file 2. And then let's do standard input to get the output of the file 2. Can I do cat file 2? Voila. Whatever this command here is supposed to show output on this line, we redirected it to go to file 2. File 2 didn't exist. That file got created. Who created that file? You did. You created that file. And you said, oh, instead of showing that output on my screen, send this to, send that to file 2. Yeah, you got to be careful. If there is the next thing. If you do that to file 1, it will copy over it. All the lines in the file 1 are gone. It will replace it with this is so if you have like 1,000 lines in that file and you use this command to send it to file 1, only one line is going to be there, whatever you sent it there. So you're dead in water now. You got to be very careful.
So I have file 1 with 1,000 lines. I send one line from file 1 to file 2. It's gonna delete the rest of the
Yep,
lines?
yep, yep.
Oh my God.
Now to do that, to circumvent that. Okay, so let me stop that here. Let me take the screenshot. So here's the output here, okay?
So, sir, got a question. It's like if we have 5 lines in that file 1, right? So it's going to copy only one file from that file to that one, and it's not going to copy. It's going to move the command from one file to another one, right?
No. In that situation, what you see on the screen, in this situation, it will override everything and it will be only one line in there.
Mm.
But from the original file, it just copied that particular line to file 2.
So from the echo command, this is this is rel course, right? If you see on the top, we did a standard output and we said like this is rel course. It showed us on the screen.
Yeah.
Then what we are saying is instead of showing it here, send it to file 2. By mistake, if I send it to file 1 and file 1 has like 10 lines or whatever lines, it will blank it out and then create only one line will be left, which is true. So if you do in file 2, which is only one line, is true. Okay, I'm gonna show that to you. Okay, so here, let me grab this. And let me grab the screenshot. Okay, now there is a lot of other things you could do here. Cat file 1. If you go earlier, we already know cat file 1 has how many lines in there? We have this many lines here, about 7 or 8 lines. Cat file 1, and then look at this. I'm going to do file 3. So can somebody suggest what is happening here?
File 1, file 3.
Yeah, and file 3 doesn't exist, but it will create one. So if you do, okay, cat file 1, and I'm going to do to file 3. Okay, here we have only file 1 and file 2, but file 3 is created. And if I do ls-l, there you go, file 3 is here. And if I do my good old cat file 3, now the content of file 1 is sitting in file 3 now. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that line back up. Echo, this is rel course, right? Now, if I do that's here, I'm going to do double arrow, double greater than, and file 3. And if I do cat file 3, aha. In this situation, double arrow, it is keeping the file content and adding it to the bottom of the line.
Ah.
Okay. This is very important here, guys. If you want to be in Linux and you have to be working with Linux is nothing but lines, and you will be you have to practice really good here, okay? Because all these things are coming into picture now. Okay, so what I did here is so here the I'm everything from cat is going into file 3, and then file 3 got created here. And then if you do cat, all that content of the file 3 is here. Okay, so let me grab the screen. So now you have to get double greater than, okay? This is important. VVIMP. So what it did was you already had this from here to here, and then this part got added on the bottom of the line. Okay, so to add content to the file, use double greater than. So this will add the um, this will keep the content of the file and add um, output to the um, bottom of the file. Okay. All right. So now we could play around a lot here. Now let's see here. Let me clear the screen here. Let me do ls-l. What I could do is maybe I could do cat file asterisk, and then I do file 4. and I'll hit enter. I do ls-l, I have file 4, and what should I expect in file 4? All the contents from file 1, file 2, and file 3 would be in file 4. If I do cat file 4, there you go.
Oh,
Now just imagine how much time would you have to spend in Windows? You may have to spend a significant amount of time to do that in Windows, right? So that is where the advantage comes in. And look at the size of the file. It's like 5 kilobytes. It's dead cheap. That means it's taking the space, hard drive space, nothing, and it's saving you money. Okay, you have a computer in your home and you're not worried you're saving the files until it's full, right? When the hard drive is full on your computer, you need to add another hard drive. That means you have to spend money. And then, so if you're saving the disk space, that means you're doing the same thing in a lesser amount. Okay, so here, and it copied all 3 to 4, and this is the output. All right, so, all right. Redirect content of the file to single file. Content of multiple file. Redirect content of the multiple file to the single file. Okay. All right, so now what time is it? Oh, 9:30. So let's take a 20-minute break. And then, so it's right now we are at 9:30 around. We'll come back at 9:50 and then we'll continue our course here, okay? All right, so there is a timer going. So it starts now. Okay, so let's continue. All right, so far we already discussed a redirector standard input and standard output, right? So, well, here's the sky's the limit here. How you going to use this? Okay, so if you have these files here, by the way, if you do cat and then file and asterisk, it will give output for all the files together here on your screen. Okay, and then you do cat file 2, and then you just simply want to replace the content of the file. Let's see here. Okay, let's do cat file 4. All right, okay, you all of a sudden you don't like cat file 4 being that big and you just want to replace the content with something from cat file 1, and you just do the single redirect and you do file 4. Okay, and then if you do cat file 4, and you have what you have in the cat file 1. All right, so now the last one we have is a standard error. So error, usually you use this in combination with standard error. So 2 greater than is used for filtering out the errors. So let's see here. Let's see what I mean by that here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is cat file 1 and file 5. Okay. Now file 5 doesn't exist. If I do ls-l, there is no file 5, but we are asking the system to read file 5. All right. So the system read file 1, that is nice and good. And when it comes to file 5, the system says cat file 5, no such file or directory. Okay. So this is giving you an error. It's giving a message that in reality is nothing but an error. All right. You guys will agree. If you're searching for something, it doesn't exist, it will tell you, oh, that file doesn't exist. So when you see this here, this is an error. So what I want to do is, I want to do this here, but I would say 2 greater than, and then let me just hit enter and see what happens here. Okay, no, it's a bad example. Okay, let me clear this. Let me bring it here, cat file 1 and file 5 here, right? So this is an error. What I want to say system is, I want to see cat file of content of file 1 and file 5. Now 2 greater than /dev null. When I write dev null, that means this is like we are telling a system to discard. Dev/null means discard the errors. I don't want to see any errors. So the reason sometimes you might doing is, if you're doing a system-wide search and you have a lot of output on your screen and you don't want to see the errors, what it does is it will discard the errors. It will give you only the good output. And you see down here on the bottom, it is not showing you the error. Okay, I'm going to give you a 30-second pause, and then I want you to process this, what I just said.
Sir, what is the purpose of dev null? It's like if it's giving you error, it means it's okay, right? Because you put the bad command on it. But what is the purpose to having that dev null in it?
Dev null is a built-in device within Linux environment. So what it's doing is, when you send it to dev null, that means don't show send it to a black hole. There is like a dark place. Send it to a dark place, not even a recycle bin. There is no such thing as recycle bin in Linux. Usually we use dev null is neutralize whatever the output is. I don't want to see the error output. So now that's a very good question here. You don't have to use dev null here, but if you want to capture that, if you want to capture that in another, you could do this here. You could do this to send it to error file. So now if you're working with the outside vendor and you are having an issue and you don't know what the problem is, so all of a sudden you're getting this message but you don't know what the message is, and you're working with the outside vendor, right? Now you don't want to see the error here, but you really want to capture that error and send this file to a vendor. What you do is you run this command here and hit enter. If this part is captured here, and then the error which is generated by catting the file here, where did it go? It go to error file 1. Now what do you think happened to error file 1? Where is that file?
ls. Hold on.
Yeah, very good. It actually created in your present working directory. There you go. Now if you cat that file error, what do you expect to see in there? I expect to see this in there. I expect to see this line in there. Because this is an error file, you use error redirector to capture only the errors. The good output is here, and the bad output you don't want to see it is send it to here. There you go. All right, so now let's play a game here. Before that, let me capture this for you guys. So this is cat. This is cat. File 1 is there. File 5 does not exist, right? Okay, and this is the output of the file here. And then this is the error. And then what we're doing is we are filtering it out to filter out. Filter out to dev null. Now what we're doing here again is, let me capture this part. Oh, come on. So what I'm gonna do is okay, and this part, I'm gonna copy it here. Give me 1 second, I need to stop and share it again. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so now what I have here is I was looking up doing the search for the Linux job, remote Linux jobs, and it came up like 14,000 jobs in the US only for Linux. There are a lot of remote jobs out there. Once you guys do this, we could do a real good search and find a jobs for you guys.
Oh, thank you. Good.
Yeah. Um, discarded to dev null. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll put a little information about dev null. Let me put in the internet and see what dev null is. Give me one moment here. Okay, so I got this from ChatGPT, and it says devnull is a special file in Unix and Linux that act as a data sink. Any data returned to devnull is discarded, and a reading from it always return nothing. Okay, so it's not like you're sending it to the recycle bin, you're just sending it to nothing. That's what you're doing. I mean, you will realize you'll realize what I'm saying here in a bit here once you start to learn a bit more. Okay, but this is a very good place to discard something. You don't want to see something on the screen. Okay, now what you're doing here now is
Error file.
yeah. So this part you're doing the same thing here. So here you're doing the same thing, but you're sending it to the error file. And this is the good output here. And the file got created. New file. And then the output of the file is over here. Okay, when you cat it here, what are you supposed to see? And the error is captured here into the file here. So two greater than only trigger when there is an error. System is smart enough to know, okay, this guy is telling me to capture only the errors, so I'm going to capture the errors. That's all to it. And then this comes very handy when you're doing some troubleshooting and you're running into issues and you couldn't figure out what is going on. And then you do some collaboration with your colleagues. And then this is where it comes in handy. Oh, what is going on over here? All right, hold on. Skipping. All right.
Sir, I got a question.
Yeah,
Okay, just like error file you created when you were want to cat file one, right? And what if there is already a file? It will give us a prompt that error file is already created, or it will overwrite the old one.
override.
Oh, okay.
Now, in that case, you do double arrow.
So that it can create a list of those errors.
Yeah, then it will add to the bottom of the line.
Ah, okay. Got it.
So now you do cat error. There you go.
Ah, that's nice. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Now, be careful. There are a lot of important files in the system. If you mess it up, you're gonna do. You will end up creating an outage, and you'll be on the evening news. No, I'm I'm kidding. You don't want to be on the evening news, right? you, if you end up working for banks here, I mean, you would grow into the job. Okay, you're not going to mess up big time, but I'm just cracking some jokes here.
No. Nobody gives you all the admin access every time, right?
No, no, you will have a full access because the role you are playing in, you will have a full root access later on. Once we are done with this, once we are done with this basic commands, I'll give everybody like 4 or 5 servers each, and you will have a full root access, and then yeah, you will be in a position to uh, do the system outage, and you'll be on the evening news if you misuse it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I worked for Apple about 5 before COVID, and I had root access to 1 million servers. Any servers I could get into, I have full access. But then I have to work from like three locked doors and a laptop and double tunnel and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had access to Apple Pay servers too. So that was amazing. It doesn't
No,
look that amazing to have a
but
root
there were,
access.
but there will be some protocols you need to follow, right? It's like to safeguard everything.
Yeah, yeah. But at the moment you do it, it will be too late. That's what I'm saying here.
Oh,
There is like backup and recovery and stuff, but
mhm.
if you do like a live outage at that moment, then uh, for example, I heard a company like Amazon, they make like $1 million a minute, $1 million per minute. That's what they make.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you could imagine they're like 30 minutes is $30 million. It's a drop in the bucket, but that's more than we ever make in a lifetime.
True.
So yeah, so you will grow into it. Um, Usually, you'll start off with like a root access and dev environment, lower environment before you get into production.
Mhm.
All right, so now moving along. So this is clear, right? So I mean, I think I have repeated enough here to for you guys to know what is going on here. So this is use double arrow here, okay? So I'm going to highlight this. Oh, I already did that. All right, so I'm gonna save this here. So moving along. So what do I have next? Okay, let me give you one more example, then we will move along, okay? So for example, if I do ls-l and then I do /home, right? So what I have here is I have like a home directories for other users here, right? But if I do ls-l/home/*, that means I'm reading into somebody else's directory. Okay, what I have is bunch of errors. I have like lot of errors here, like the permission denied here. You cannot use this. You cannot read somebody else. You cannot do this here, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this and I'm going to bring this back up. I'm going to say two double greater than, I'm going to send it to the error file. So now all the errors are gone into this file here, and you have nice and clean output. Then you could take your time to go in there into the error file, and then you could see, okay, you could go through this. Oh, okay, I don't have any permissions to this. That's what I'm getting an error. Okay, you quit out of this. All right, any questions? I'm gonna give you a 30-second pause and then move on. All right, so no questions means let's move along. Um, okay, so next command. So we are done with the redirectors. Okay, remember there are three redirectors: standard in,
Standard output and standard error.
yeah. So standard input, standard output, standard error. These are called redirectors. Okay, these are the three ones we deal with a lot. I heard there are others too, but I'm not worried about that at this moment. So let's continue on. And then the next command I'm going to show you is grep. Okay, so I'm going to say, I have a file here, error, right? So I'm going to clear this screen. I'm going to say grep Zafar, and then I'm going to give file name, right? Error file name. So what it did was, grep means grab Zafar from this file and give me the output here. Wherever this is matching, it goes and gives you the output. Let's try this grep. Let's do Hamid and enter. Okay, so there is only one line that has Hamid in it, and it's giving you the output. Okay, is that fair enough? Grep means it filters the line with the matching word, okay?
It's for display purpose only. Grep.
You could redirect anything now that you learned the redirector,
Oh.
okay? Filters the line with matching word in the file. No, the command you run is ls-l /home/*, and then send it. Just run that. It will give you error on the screen, okay?
Hmm.
Then you send it to the file you want. Are you caught up? Okay. So here we tell the system to grab this. So it grabs the entire line, not just that word. Wherever that word is appearing in that line here, it will grab that. So if you put in something like denied, okay, let's do Z and asterisk. Okay, so wherever is that a bad example? Yeah, it's a bad example. Let's do um, cat error. So you have an idea here. I mean, if you just want to filter out with like here, I think this would be the bad example also, or maybe not. So whatever you think, you just have a little hint, give it to it, and then it will give you the output here. Now, what you could do is if I do grep Hamid, right? So if I type like grep Hamid, HAMID, it's not giving me anything because it's matching the case also. But if I do grep -I, lowercase I, and Hamid, it's going to ignore the case. Okay, this will ignore the case. Grep -I ignores the case sensitivity. Okay, now the next command is pipe. It's not a command, but pipe, PIPE. If you look carefully, on top of your enter key, let me bring this onboard key here, okay? On-screen keyboard. So if you see right on top of your enter key, and then if you see the little vertical line, this one here, this is pipe. So we're going to be using that a lot. We're going to be using that as a filter also. Okay, so no, I got it. Okay, so pipe is this is called pipe. I mean, normally we don't use it, but in Linux is used a lot. Pipe. Pipe is used for running multiple commands, multiple filter commands, I should say. So this is a primary command, then a pipe, secondary command, then a pipe, then third command. Okay, so we did like grep hyphen I Hamid error, right? So what else we could do is cat error file one, then pipe grep, and then hyphen I Hamid. Right? It's gonna give you the same result here. I used grep first, that is also fine, and this is also fine too. But if you want to use like Zafar, and we have this many Zafars here, right? And then what if I want to do, and then I'm gonna say grep, then Zafar 01. So what happened here is this is the primary command, which is this. Okay, no, this is the primary command. In that, this is the primary command. In that, we have a secondary command, grab everything that has Zafar in it. So this line has Zafar in it, and this line has Zafar in it, and extra 01. But it doesn't care about that one. It's matching this part and this part. Makes sense. Then the third command you're telling, after you get the output, then in that output, graph for Zafar 01. Okay, so you know what? Let me just clear this. Okay, I'm gonna delete everything and I'm gonna clear this out. Okay, and I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do cat. No, I'm gonna do vi file one, and then I'm gonna say in here orange strawberry orange, and then I'm gonna say apple, pineapple, and then I say kiwi, and then I'm gonna say um, and then I'm gonna say celery, and then I'm gonna say melon, and then I'm gonna say watermelon. Okay. So first, what I'm gonna do is cat file one, gives me everything. Then second, I'm gonna say cat file one, pipe grep, and then I'm gonna say melon. Okay, now I have this here. Now I'm gonna say, actually, if I do grep, then I'm gonna say grep water. What I'm gonna do is, okay, now, so here, so this is the output, and now this is the output to grep this here, so it's reduced to 2. And then this one is filtering this result and giving you this result. Okay, is that good? Is that fair enough? That's simple, right? The first one is the entire, in reality, all that command is being run at the same time here for this command. It's getting the file one, then you're grepping for melon, from there you're grepping for water. Okay, so this comes handy when you are going to be searching for something inside a file which has a couple thousand lines in it.
Hmm.
Okay, so let me clear the screen. The next command is wc file 1. WC stands for word count. WC stands for word count. Okay, WC but it's giving you not just the word count here, it's giving you more options here by default. So what it's doing is, I have to explain this here because you need to know. So first part you have 9, right? This means number of lines. These are number of lines. If you do cat file 1, it is saying 9 lines, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is true. Okay, so now the second part is saying is 9 again, and these are words. These are 9 words in this file here, and 70. What is 70 means? There are 70 characters, and it includes the space. $70. All right. Now, so the output you're looking at is, it is giving you information regarding the file. And then the last name is name of the file. File 1 is name of the file. Okay, so if I do wc slash var log messages. Okay, so the permission is denied here, right? Let me do wc error. Oh, I got rid of that file, right? Can you guys do wc error if you still have the file there, or is it gone? So what I'm gonna do is, let me open a duplicate session here. And I'm gonna say root. And then I'm gonna say wc var log messages. Okay, so what do you guys make of this here? This is 9,000 lines, 114,000 and change is the number of words in it. And million something are the characters in this file, and this is the file name. Okay? So you guys now know what we are dealing with here. Okay, so now what I have here is a bunch of stuff here. So now moving along, the next thing we're gonna do is head here. Okay, so before that, let me grab something, which is let me create a file here. Okay, vi. Let me. Okay, so if there is one more thing here, let me go into vi file one, and I'm deleting everything here. So I'm holding down letter D, so it deletes everything. So I'm gonna say like here, I'm gonna say one line one. Okay, two line two, three line three, four. This is line four. Five is line five. Six is line six. Seven is line seven. Eight is line eight. Nine is line nine. 10 is line 10. 11 is line 11. 12 is line 12. Okay, so, all right. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go here and then go 12YY. And then I'm gonna paste this. Okay, now let me save and exit. Oh, you know what, actually, let me go back in there. And I'm gonna do set number, okay? And let me grab these lines here, okay? All right. So we have a bunch of lines here. Now the next command is, the reason I have this prepared this for his next command is called head. Okay, what head does is, if you type head and you type file 2, it will bring you top 10 lines if you see here, if you see this number here, it says that you are at number 10, right? It will bring you top 10 lines starting from the top of the line. Okay? Reads top 10 lines of the file. Okay, now by default, it's top 10. Now, if you do head -5 and file 2, it will give you, instead of 10, you're saying, show me only 5 lines. It will show you only 5 lines. And then if you say the system default is 10, I know that I want to see 15 lines. So it will give you default whenever, whatever switch you added. So if you have like a huge file, and if you want to see 100 lines, all you have to do is -100, and it will give you 100 lines. Okay, so this is, so what I'm gonna do is read top 10 lines. And then head 5 and 15. So you got the idea. It reads out like 15 lines here. Okay, again, everything is in lowercase. If you come across a command in uppercase, everything it's a lowercase. Okay, and let me go ahead and save this file here. Now the next thing is, now we have head, right? What about the next thing we have is tail file 2. So it's reading up bottom up. See, is going through 25, 24, 23. So it's reading the file bottom up. Okay, some files, some system files, okay, I think not system, all log files which are being generated, it adds on the bottom of the file here. The new files, if you are adding daily system generated information to a file, or errors, or a logs, or application log, it gets returned to the bottom of the line here, okay? So that's when you see tail. Okay, reads from the bottom of the file. Default is bottom 10 lines. And of course, can you add the switches? Of course you can. I want to see from the bottom, I want to see only 5 lines. There you go, it's showing 5 lines. What about I want to see like 12 lines? It's showing 12 lines here. Okay, you guys got the idea what is happening here. Simple here, okay? This is simple, but it's gonna add up here. So make sure you know what you're doing here.
Got it. There is a typo on the tail on the heading.
We're here.
No, on the notes. On the notes. Go up, go up, go up on the left.
Oh, Yeah. Okay, so we got this going, right? The next command is more. Okay, more. So again, lowercase. Um, so primary use is to read a huge file. Okay, and this will load the file into memory. And then use the enter key to scroll by line, or use space bar on the keyboard to scroll page by page, and Q to quit. So let me bring in one file here. All right, let me go in here. Let me duplicate, let me log in as the root. And then what I'm gonna do is cat follow messages to slash I don't know if this command is gonna work. Okay, instead of that, what I'm gonna do is cp. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. All right, let me try this. Is oh, okay, everybody do. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let me just do this here. Okay, everybody in your command line, do this here. cp/home/messages, and then put a period sign there. Why is it doing that? Okay, see if it created the file in your messages. In your home directory, run cp/home/messages and a period. Is it giving you error? And do ls-l, and do you see messages in there? You have file name messages in there, right? Do WC on the messages. People on the Zoom, are you guys okay?
Yeah, I got the file.
Okay, do WC messages, and you have like a bunch of lines in there.
Yep, 95041152.
Okay. All right. So I had you guys copy the files, which is usually reserved for root. Now let's work with this. Now what's gonna happen is if you do like head messages, it's giving you top 10 lines. Tail messages is giving you bottom line here. So now it's so hard for you guys to read it, right? So what you might want to do is do more messages. So it loads the file in here. And if you hit enter, it goes line by line. And if you hit space, you go space by space.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And then just do Q to quit out of this.
Got it.
Okay, so all right, let me quit that. And then there is another command called less messages. So what it does is same thing. It's not loading the entire file into the system, but it's loading as you go down. Okay, page by page. Or if you hit enter, line by line. And this is page by page. And if you type quit, it will quit the file. All right, so all right. Let me just put this here. So less is almost same thing. There's more, this is less. All right, I think we got 10 more minutes, we should be done. Similar to more command. Okay, but it will only load the output as needed into memory. All right, so use enter key to scroll line and use spacebar to do this here. Okay, so spacebar, enter, and this is a lowercase q and lowercase q. Okay. Okay, so the next one is sort. Sort, I'm going to do file one. Sort file one. What it's going to do is, oh, sort file two. Oh, wait a minute. What happened to file one? Oh, so what I'm going to do is we have file one. So if I do WC file one, I have this here, right? And if I do cat file one, I have apple, berry, pineapple, mango here. So if I do like sort file one. Okay, so give me 1 second here. Let me remove the. Okay. So if I do cat file one, I have this in, I have the way it is showing, right? But if I do sort file one, what it is doing is it is sorting alphabetically. Okay. It sorts the file alphabetically. Okay. And then if you have a need to send it to another file, you could definitely do that. File two. So if you do cat file one is like this, and if you do cat file two is kind of sorted out here. Say, for example, Apple is on the bottom in file one, but it's kind of sorted out alphabetically here. Okay, I think there is a way to do, the descending order. I'm not sure. I'm not using this as much here, but let me put this down here. Sort. Sorts the file alphabetically. Okay, and sort file one. You could find out if you could do it reverse order. And then another one is unique, UNIQ file one. So what it did is it removes the duplicate from the same line. Not from the same line. If you have a repeating lines, it will remove it. For example, right here, we have berry, then right after berry, we have another berry here, right? But what unique did was it removed the repeating line. It kept this line here, apple and apple here, because it's not repeating right after each other. Okay, and then it removed pineapple also because it's repeating here. Over here, it's removed it. So I should have put this first. Removes duplicate lines. Okay. So it removed these lines, these two lines, it removed it. It removed these two lines. So now we have only one berry and one pineapple. Okay, I think we're gonna stop here.
Sir, can you use sort minus R for descending? Because you
Okay,
already,
is that what you find out?
yeah.
Okay, so let's see, unique.
No.
And
Sort,
then sort minus R.
sort, SORT.
Yeah, there you go. I just wanted to emphasize, you could use pipe.
Okay, good.
Very good. Now, I mean, you guys are, I think, catching up. I'm showing you the direction and you guys are picking it up. I don't have to tell you other attributes, how it working. So let me put this part here. And I'm gonna put this here. There you go. And yeah, for today, this is it. I'm gonna upload the video as soon as I'm done, and I'll put it in a chat. Please do practice, and then I'm gonna also put up